All right. So today is 11/10. It's my mama's birthday. Woot woot. All right. Party. Party like a rock. Oh, good job, Jack. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Today we're going to cover how to generate your own leads. All right. Facebook Marketplace. I did that quick. Let me go back. Hold, please. So you go to Facebook Marketplace. How do you get to Facebook Marketplace? You're on your Facebook right here. You're doing your thing, right? You come over here, Facebook Marketplace. You click on that. All right, it's got all this fun stuff over here, right? Create a new listing right down here. Everyone see that? Yeah, yeah. Come on, Tom, unmute. Let's go. Let's go. I need your engagement. I crave
I'm here.
engagement.
I got dogs here. That's all.
You smack them around. I know they barely bark. Yeah, yeah. All right, so there's a few different items to pick from, right? Item for sale, vehicle for sale, right? Home for sale or rent. That's the one we want. So, as a home smartian, you can list anything that's listed with HomeSmart, okay? Because the listing doesn't belong to the agent, it belongs to HomeSmart. You're a part of HomeSmart. Now, this is only HomeSmart corporate, okay? This is only HomeSmart corporate. You can't go to HomeSmart Sunshine, I think it's called, and list one of their things, okay?
Give me your phone. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's super. Let them know I requested a showing. Sorry. So, okay, only HomeSmart corporate. Okay. So this one right in front of us here, like this one's active. Actually, we just got this under contract with our buyers. So it's not going to be active soon. So let's say you saw that this was, in your hood, or you just like the look of the house, or you think it's a great price property, or the photos are great, or whatever the case may be, right? You could reach out to this agent and say, hey, and I used to do this all the time, where I'd text them because that was the best response, right? And I'd say, hey, Christina, this is Jeremy Porter with HomeSmart. I really like your listing at 813 Morocco. I was curious if I could advertise it, for you at no cost to you, right? To help bring you a buyer. Would that be okay? And like, yes, no, whatever, right? If they say yes, screenshot it, right? Or if you're an Android user, screenshot it. Screenshot it if you're an Apple user, right? Screenshot it, email it to yourself so you have that documented permission, okay? Put the address in the subject when you send it over to yourself, and then file it away, right? Under like something like, I have all these files in my email, right? All these things. So I would do something, super duper clever, like if I wanted to file it, I would make up like a file name of ads or ad agreements or something like that. So I know where to find it later. Okay? Does that seem pretty simple, Tom?
Yep.
Yeah. Shane's got it. He's like right there. He's like, yeah, man, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. All right. So the main thing is if it's HomeSmart, Tom, do you need permission to advertise HomeSmart corporate listings?
No.
No. Shane, do you need permission to advertise HomeSmart franchise listings?
I would assume yes.
Yes, that's right. Tom, do you need permission to advertise other people's listings
Yes.
and other brokerages? Yes. But what about IDX? Right? If I
Yes.
go to my website
All
and
right.
I pull up, 813 Morocco, it's on my website. I got permission there, right? Why do I need to ask them for permission again?
Well, you already asked him once.
Well, that's the loophole, right? IDX is the loophole. I don't have to ask permission to advertise IDX.
Okay.
Okay. So when you list the property through the MLS, you're giving that consent. You can revoke that consent, but then, it won't show up on anybody else's website, including like Realtor and Zillow and this and that and the other thing. Okay. So we're clear on the procedure, right? We reach out. We're like, oh man, Christina, you got this awesome listing. This is great. I really want to list this property. Right? She goes, yeah, sure, go ahead. Okay. So you could do it one of two ways now. Let's go back to Facebook. You get permission, right? You screenshot it, you email it to yourself so you can find it later in case somebody comes at you and goes, whoa, you're advertising property without permission, which is agency law violation, right? We have some people that were advertising our listings without permission that weren't part of HomeSmart. We just flagged it. We are nice. We just flagged it. They could get fined, possibly lose their license for doing that, right? We just flagged it so it would be removed. That was us being nice. Okay. If they would have asked, we would have said yes. Okay. So anyway, let's go into the listing portion. Okay. And I did about 4 of these. I wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 a day, right? Because this is your Facebook, this is your personal Facebook page, Facebook marketplace page, right? So they don't want you doing regular type activities like commercial listing, like you're a real estate broker. They don't want you doing it one after the other, like doing 20 listings a day, right? Jenese, we did this with Jenese's account and it got shut down. To this day, I still think we can't list properties, right?
No.
Yeah. So we can't even list properties
But
under her
I do
anymore.
it under our team
Okay.
page.
Okay.
Which,
So you can have a business page and everything like that, blah blah blah. Nobody's ever gonna see it because nobody ever goes there and everything like that. But like the personal page is the key. But just don't. I wouldn't recommend doing more than 5. I did 4 the other day. It was super simple. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay. So first thing, we're going to find a HomeSmart listing or one of our listings. Okay. Tom, again, you don't need permission if it's HomeSmart or the team, right? If it's us, right? Even if you weren't on the team, you could be like, yo, man, you're with HomeSmart. So I could just do it, right? It might be okay to reach out to the other HomeSmart agent and be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Is that okay? You know, because they might have a problem with it. Ultimately, it's not their listing. But if you know enough agents, you know enough people that will say, oh, it's my listing. I got it. You know, but it's the broker's listing, right? That's what it is. Okay, so excuse me. So very simple. If you're in the MLS, right, you can make it all complicated. You can do it by the brokerage. You can look up the broker ID number. You can pull up all the listings that way. Or if you got this little list here, you could do this, right? So my active listings. Darn it, I ain't got none. Okay, but I'm in my MLS right now, not Jenese's. Okay, my expired listing, right? My listing sold. Ooh, I sold some listings in the last 6 months, 14.
yeah.
Apparently. It's funny because we put everything under Jenese. So this is other agents not paying attention to who's on the contract.
Oh yeah, you have. You have.
I sold like 2.
I think it's
Our
only
house
2.
and anyway. But my office listings, ding, 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 ding. Okay, my office active listings. Okay. So now I'm guessing you don't want to drive to Manatee County for a rental for $2,595. Okay, probably not this $2,700, you know. So probably not these per se, but maybe you do. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want to give back. I want to make 0 money for my efforts, and I want to give back. That's cool. Okay, just quit the team before you do that. Okay. All right.
There's one there on orange. Oh.
What was
Fourth
that?
one down. The 4th one down is orange. Not
Yeah,
rental.
yeah. Absolutely. Orange. This is actually a team listing. All right. So I would take a little bit of time, right? Clicky, clicky. Does it look pretty? Ooh, nice. Oh, look at you. Hey, baby. All right. Yeah, I like it. This is like house. Never mind. Okay. So recently renovated home. Beautiful. Great. Okay. 1,200 square feet. The pictures look nice, right? Let's say this is not a HomeSmart listing, right? Again, you scroll down, you look at the agent. Hey, Jenese Porter, text is what I'd recommend. You can email, that's fine. Okay. Text is what I'd recommend. All right. Hey, Jenese Porter, I see you have a beautiful listing at 210 Florida. I would love to help advertise it to bring you a buyer. Is that okay? That's simple. Okay. All right. Again, screenshot it, email it to yourself. CYA, you want to make sure that you have that permission somewhere, right? Text messages are easily lost, in my opinion. It's like, wait, where's that text? How do I find it again, right? So screenshot it, email it to yourself. Okay. All right. So this is what we do. We got permission now. Okay. Save image as. Okay. I go into photos. I go right clicky. I'm going to create a new folder. You can also hit Control E, which I just remembered. Okay. I'm going to say 210 Florida. Okay. Double click. And I'm going to name it 1. Okay. Why not front? Why not front 2? Why not? Because it will put it in alphabetical order. Okay. It will put it in alphabetical order. And when you're trying to upload it, it will take it out of order of probably how you want the photos in sequence. Okay. So I don't put them all in here. Uh-oh. Why is it saying that?
What?
It's saying failed network error on the photo. This is good.
Because you can't take from.
Listen, Linda. I just did it.
Okay.
I
Remember?
just did it. Okay. Okay. So I did this with my Chromebook and it wasn't a problem, right? I haven't done it with my HP. So there could be something like blocking the software or something. Let's pull up the little folders and see if it's going in here correctly. 210 Florida. Boom. Okay, folder is empty. Nice. Our efforts are being well received. Okay, so sure we've all heard the topic. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Come on. Wow, this is taking forever. Sorry. Okay, so we're only doing one of these, that's for sure. Okay, so you go to your snippet tool. You snip the photo. And then you save it. Okay? Save. This is a longer way to do it, but it still accomplishes the mission, right? So what happens a lot is there's you're not supposed to take other people's photos, right? If you get permission to advertise, then that's okay to use other people's photos. But for the most part, there's copyrights on photos when they're taken and used and published and advertised, right? So you're not supposed to use those photos, right? So I'm because this is going to take a lot longer, I'm going to make the best use of my time. And like the redundant photos, I'm not going to.
There you go. Sorry.
That doesn't sound like the little Tom's yappy dog, so guessing that is Shane. It's all good. Okay, I don't really want the arrows in there. Okay, that's no fun. So I'm gonna redo that.
How'd you take the arrows out?
Well, they're here, let me say this and then I'll explain. Okay, so when you're, I don't want to close this, I just want to minimize it. So if you minimize it, the snipping tool is here, right? But how, like, if you're on it, see that? The little X, the arrows show up. So when the mouse is on it, then it shows up. When it's off, so if I grab my snipping tool and I make sure it's not there, when I hit this snipping tool and I hit new, I'll do it on this next photo here. So because it's such a pain in the Heineken to do the photos, and a lot of times I do like maybe 10 photos. There we go. So again, I'm going to save it. I go over to the save button here. I'm going to name it 3. So again, by the naming it just 1, 2, 3, it'll when you go to put them in there, it'll be so much easier, so much quicker. Okay, so I just want to minimize this. I don't want to close it out. Okay, and that's without the furniture, the virtual staged. Okay, here's the kitchen. Do we have a better camera 1, camera 2? Okay. Yeah, we'll just use this one. So go down to the snippet tool, again, new. Okay, we're gonna save this bad boy. Let's get this out of the way. Save 4. Just gonna do a couple more here so I can actually like post this. Okay, and there's a couple of different ways to post it too. Okay, so you can post it as a listing for sale, or you can go to Divvy or Home Partners. Up, see, if anything's in your way when you're doing the snippet, it will stay in your way. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that one. We're just going to do a new one. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. Okay, snip. New snippy snippy. Oh, it's going to put those arrows in there again. Trying to move too fast. I didn't do it. I know y'all think I'm a technical genius and I don't have any of these problems, but you would be wrong, Monfrere. Okay. Okay, we're going to name this bad boy 5. So for some reason, my Chromebook does not have a problem saving the actual photo, but my HP, which is the same thing Jenese has a problem with it. Can't get the bathroom in one photo, really?
If
All right, we'll just do
anyone
this
is
one.
listing one of our listings,
Mhm.
I have each one of those folders
Mhm.
already filed on my computer in a zip file and a regular
You
file.
don't want to make it easy for him.
Well, I can easily send those over.
So you get what Jenese is saying right now?
She pre-does it for everybody.
Sort of. Because these are our listings, we have the actual photos, right? We could just send over the zip file and then you can download them and list them that way. Okay. But again, I'm showing you how to do anyone's listings.
That's true.
Okay. So last one I'm going to do. See, it's going to add those arrows and the X's. The ugly X's. All my exes live in Texas. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, there we go. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to do. Now, if this wasn't an actual Zoom, I would do more. I would probably do at least 10 photos. At least 10. Okay. So here we go. One more thing. So Home Partners. So I'm going to list it a couple of different ways, right? I'm going to list it. I'm not going to show all the ways right now. I'm going to show the rentals typically get more traffic. Okay. The rent to own thing, right? So if we go 210 Florida. Now, if it doesn't come up, they don't buy there. It's because of the school, because it's on septic, because
No, it's still gonna show up.
okay,
Like 221 McJordan,
okay,
it showed up on there.
okay. But they put an offer on 221 with Jordan.
Yes, but then they backed out because they have fridge and washer and dryer that they need to have in the offer.
Okay.
which
They're
none of ours
being not great. So let's do Divvy. Okay. Because they placed a really super like a $55,000 offer below list price. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Typically they don't waste their time on stuff like that, but I don't know, maybe they're changing the philosophy because of the market and they just want to go out and lowball people. But I was recently on a Divvy training. I'm sure we all were, right? Well, at least Tom and I, because why do they want me to log in? I don't want to log in. I just want to search properties. Okay, search homes. Search homes. So divvyhomes.com, search homes. Okay, now you can list it. Please don't misunderstand. You can list it the old-fashioned way. You could just take the information and list it for sale. I'm just trying to give it another avenue, right? Jenese and I already have it listed for sale, right? More than likely, serious buyers are not going to be looking at Facebook Marketplace unless it's an alternative way to buy, right? Or Craigslist. We're going to go over that too. Okay, so they have different plans. $26.05 a month for this bad boy. Shane can do a lot better than $26.50, $26.05 a month. Okay, but let me back up for a second. When I got back into real estate at the end of 2019, I had $0 to advertise. So I'm like, man, how do I do this? How do I get this done? Right. And I'm like, I want right now mentality buyers with a sale commission. Right. How do I accomplish this with $0 for advertising? Really not knowing that many people in the area. I used Home Partners. I didn't know about Divvy at the time, but I used homepartners.com to pull people, to find people, right? And I'm not saying this will happen a lot. It could happen, right? But a buyer reached out to me in November and said, hey, I really like this home. I'm well qualified, da 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 da. I want to go with this method. Okay. Showed him some homes and he's like, man, that's $2,800 a month. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm just gonna buy it myself. And I'm like, okay. Okay, great. Let's do that. Right. Now, please don't misunderstand. Even if he went through this program and he paid the $26.05 per month, right? Divvy, Home Partners, they're not a lender. You would still need to connect them with Sean or Shane to do the lending portion, but there should be something to get them into the house, right? Into the house so they can like start their plan working on their credit or whatever. Let's say they talk to Shane and Shane's like, man, they're like at least 6 months out. They need to pay off this, this, and this. They need to do that. Okay, great. But they need a home right now. Okay, what's the alternative? Right? We could get them into something like this. You can get a regular sale commission, and then they can still work with Shane and Sean to then purchase this property and put it in their own name and get the payment lower. Okay. So if you got somebody moving and they want more of a permanent situation, Divvy, this is a 3-year plan. Home Partners is a 5-year plan. But again, from what I've seen from Home Partners, they're going around lowballing right now. So that to me is not a winning strategy. It's not going to work. Right. So anyway, so $26.05 per month. That's where I'm getting the price. So now we go back to Home Partner, or excuse me, to Facebook. Okay, the first thing I do is drop the photos in there. Okay, so I go to 210 Florida, and look how easy this is. Okay, because I've labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instead of front, kitchen, bathroom. I don't have to go and put them in order. They're already in order. Okay, so those are going to take a minute to upload. Okay, so I just keep going down with this. I can list it for sale or rent. Okay, so you can list it for sale and put in the $330,000 price tag. Okay, or you can list it for rent. Okay, it's a house. It's got 3 bedrooms. It's got 2 baths. Price per month. Megan knows the price per month, don't you, Megan? Okay, put in.
Sure do.
Sure
Wait.
do. Sure do. I just wanted to acknowledge Megan, that's all. Okay. So I'm gonna plug in the property address here. It's gonna come up. There we go. So it's not, whatever you type in, it's not gonna like it, right? It wants you to select their version of that, and then it's gonna be happy. It's gonna turn blue instead of red. Okay. Great news of kind of, I don't want to say, I want to say poaching other people's listings, but that's not what you're doing. You're helping to advertise other people's listings. You're providing value. You could just go and grab their description, right? Now, you do want to screen it for if you're taking something and you're turning it into a rental listing, right? You do want to put on there, like you do want to look in the comments, like if it says home for sale, well, you're doing rent to own, right? So you probably want to put that in there. Okay, rent-to-own property available, beautiful home, fully renovated, close to downtown Winter Garden. This will not last long. Positive thinking, people. All right. Okay. Cast to offer. Okay. We'll leave that there. That's fine. Okay. So then we keep rolling. What? Okay. So if I didn't know this off the top of my head, I would go back and I would look at the listing. No, this 1,200 square feet. I'd grab that, put that in here. So 1,200 square feet. Date available. Divvy says they can close in as little as 2 weeks. That's where you got to know the difference between Divvy and Home Partners of America. Home Partners is like 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. Okay. So I'm just going to plug in something here like December 1st-ish. Okay. Laundry. You know, it's geared more towards like an apartment, right? In unit laundry, laundry in building, laundry available. They were supposed to put the laundry in the house on this one. They did not. It's outside. So I'm just going to say laundry available. Okay. Parking doesn't have garage parking. It does have off-street parking. Okay. Air conditioning, central air. These are the things, if you didn't know it, right, you would just plug it in. Central heating. This is the big tip. Okay. Cat friendly, dog friendly. Both of these programs are pet friendly. Okay. They won't take ferocious breeds like German Shepherd, Rottweiler, Pit Bulls, Mastiffs, stuff like that. Right. But, you know, a lot of rentals don't want pets. So that's where, you know, people will pay another $500, $600, $700 a month so they can keep their dog, their cat. It's like a family member. It's like, would you want to give up your kid to rent this property? No, I don't think so. So that's where it's gonna give you kind of the advantage. And the great thing is, once you're approved through Divvy or Home Partners of America, there's not all these other rental applications to fill out. Okay. So here we go. We go next. It's in Orlando. Not really. It's in Winter Garden, Florida. Okay, local pickup available. Sure, yeah. Go pick up the house. Bring it home. There you go. Okay, so you can even post other group pages that you're in. I typically don't do this. I'm trying to think of any pages that might be applicable to put it in there. It's saying like I have these to do. Orlando real estate. I guess I could put that in there. Orlando wholesale property investors group. Doesn't really make sense. Run Disney. Yes, absolutely. Run Disney. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Jenese was like, no, how dare you pollute Run Disney with this?
They won't approve it.
Listen, Linda. Okay. So then we publish it. That was so easy, right, Megan? Right, Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's say, does this one have well and septic or just well and sewer or water and sewer?
Not an issue.
Water and sewer. Okay. So it's again important to know, like, for instance, I don't know why, maybe they just don't buy in this area, but like if you plug in one of our listings is, I found this the other day because I was doing this the other day. Autumn wood. Okay. So if you type a little bit in, it'll start coming up, or you could just go to MLS, copy and paste, right? So 10 autumn wood. Right. This one's $5,000 more, but another $165 per month. That's normal, like mortgage stuff, right? Right, Shane? So if you pay 5,000 more for it, it'll be 165 more per month. So anyway, this is another one of the flips that we have on the market right now. I was gonna try to show you the photos, but apparently that's not doesn't matter. Why can't you scroll through the photos? View more photos. Oh, okay. Apparently you just got to be smarter than the actual like website. Okay, but then if I go to Home Partners of America, okay. And you put in 210 Florida. Now again, pricing is going to be different. Okay. So let's scrolly. Okay. Oh, there we go. So remember, it was 2605 on Divvy. So it's 2360 on Home Partners of America. Okay. And then it's very transparent. It's got all of the, this is year one. If you buy it, this is the price. This is the rent rate if you rent it year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, Divvy is 3 years. You can extend it to 4, but you can't do 5. So it really depends. Like if you talk to Shane and they're like, oh, bro, they're going to need like 4 or 5, maybe even 15 years before they can finance this bad boy, then yeah, maybe this is not a good situation to get them into. But, Divvy gives you less time, and they, their website advertises a 3-year option. So 18 months, if you buy it within the first 18 months, right? This one's 350, and then it goes up to 365. And the purchase price that we're advertising is 335. Okay. So it pulls it right from the MLS. Okay. But like if you go here and you go to Home Partners and you try to plug in 10 autumn wood, it says, wah, 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 we're not gonna buy it. So if you start typing in the address and you get like that and you're, or even copy and paste, and it doesn't pop up to where you can plug it in, it means they don't buy there. Or there's something about the property. Like, 14134 Edgewater.
Edgewater. They will not buy it.
Okay, so we have a listing at 4134 Edgewater. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, darling. But they won't buy if it has septic. Okay, that's one of their filters. So, but if we go over here to Divvy, let's see if Divvy will buy it. Come on, Divvy. You can do it. Ooh.
Divvy will buy it.
Yeah, Divvy will buy it.
Wow.
Okay, but then check out what's
How much is it a month?
4265.
Oh.
4265. But would you, I mean, some people, right? Let's say it's a self-employed person and they're writing off too much of their income. And Shane goes, bro, they're gonna need at least 2 years. Right? They filed their taxes. They're saying they make $0. We're gonna need at least 2 years, maybe 2.5 years to turn it around for them. Well, the self-employed person is like, hey man, I really like this location. I love the area. I love the property. I love this. I love that. This one works for me. I can afford this $42.65 a month. No problem. Right? I can even afford their $47.50, $55 to be able to put some money away. They have like a savings account. If you read it right down here, right? 2% down, 5% home savings after 36 months. So that means that anything above and beyond, this is basically $500, $490 per month that they're taking and they're putting away for you. Divvy's putting it away for you. So then when you pass it over to Shane and their credit's all good and they filed their 2 years of tax returns, then they already have 2% down plus another 5% down saved after 36 months. Does that all make sense to you guys?
Yes.
So this is setting
5% or
up.
$500, 500, like when you said.
Well, it's the 5% here after 36 months. It's, if you do the math, it's adding up to $490 per month that they're putting away. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Now you can also do this on Craigslist. Okay. So we've done this. I forgot to. So you can now with Marketplace, it didn't used to be like this. This is my ad over here on the right. Okay. Right. I don't like that it says buy, right? Because it's a rental, right? But I've tried to make it clear. I put rent to own property available, right? And if they just want to rent it, they can rent it too. It's way above market rents, right? They could rent a property like this way less than $4,265 a month if they were just looking to rent, right? I would say somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 without running the comparables, right? But if this is something that they want to lock up right now and then, you know, purchase down the road, and again, it's something like, can you please? And if it's something like that they want to, you know, that this is like the one, right? They don't want to just wait and sit in a rental for now and save up for it and everything like that. Like everybody's situation is different, right? If somebody came to me and said, Jeremy, yes, I want to do this rent to own property. It's in College Park. It's a beautiful location. I love this. Yeah, you know, let's do it, right? And I was like, well, what's the situation that's causing you to rent right now? And they're like, oh, you know, I'm self-employed. Okay, great. Well, it might make more sense to just rent something that's $3,000 a month, right? To where you can save and put aside $1,265, right? Because all of this is just going to rent. You got to put 2% down to qualify for the program, and that will go towards your down payment if you go to purchase it in the next, 36 months or so, right? But then that price is going to go up, right? They disclose it right there on their website. They're very transparent. So they're like, hey, if you buy it in that first 18 months, your price is going to go from $540 to $574, right? If you buy after you buy month 19, your price is going to be $605. So now, if you had done that right before COVID hit, you'd be going, winner, chicken dinner, right? Property values are going up by like 20% per year. Yeah, that would have been a great move to do. Obviously now with property values declining, I think they're going to stabilize soon and start to gradually go back up. Not like COVID going back up, ridiculous market. Yeah, let's save Craigslist for another time. But I mean, Craigslist, you basically do the same thing, right? You already got the photos, you put in the description, everything like that. Again, make sure you have the agent's permission, unless it's a HomeSmart listing, HomeSmart corporate only. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So again, how you find those? You're in the matrix. I'm in the matrix. Right? You go to the home page. Click on right here. My active listings right here. Okay. It's going to pull up everything. It's going to pull up land. It's going to pull up vacant properties, that sort of thing. I'll hit the county so I can focus on Lake, Orange. Excuse me, Lake and Orange counties. Okay. And I'll go down here. Okeechobee. Love it. 30 grand right there. It's probably, yeah, it's land. Okay. So you could just go down here and then just scroll through and be like, okay, yep, we already listed that one. That's cool. Okay, this one, well, again, so you could do the same thing. You could do the same exact thing on Divvy, but you know, again, on Home Partners of America, it's not coming up, right? So you could do the same thing here. It doesn't take that long to do, right? It doesn't take that long to do, but I want to spend my time with things that I think are realistic. Like I listed 10 Autumnwood, that was $2,770 per month for Divvy. Like, I think that's realistic. It's within the realm of possibilities. You know, this maybe just because it's outside of my budget, that I probably wouldn't do that. But I mean, hey, win a chicken dinner, 3% commission, 540,000. That's over 15 grand. I'll take it. Right. And then what you want to do is you can also pay to boost it. So I paid a whole $1 a day for 24 days for 2 listings that we have in here. And this would be on you guys, like if you wanted to do it, right? This is self-gen stuff, right? Any of the leads I'm getting off here, I'm probably sending to you all anyway. But obviously there's a fee for that, right? You're paying more for that. So yeah, I've talked long enough. Tom, Shane, you have any questions?
No, looks good. I'm sorry about the background noise. But awesome presentation.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Tom, you got any questions, brother?
Yeah, so if somebody else in the corporation of HomeSmart has a listing, am I cutting them out of the deal then? Best way to say it, they don't get nothing?
No, brother, they're the listing agent, right?
Oh,
So
we're doing the buyer side.
yeah. Right, you're getting permission so you can bring the buyer, so you can represent the buyer. Right, they still got the listing.
Okay.
Right, it's just giving you, and then you know, again, keep going through like, okay, Mick Jordan, this is another one of the team's listings, right? So you could take this one again, look it up on. I wouldn't even waste my time with Home Partners on this one. All of the homes that we have that are renovated do not have a fridge, washer, and dryer, right? The last contract that we negotiated with Home Partners, they're like, we want a fridge, we want a washer, want a dryer. Well, that's on you. We don't supply that, right? Maybe if you weren't coming in 55 grand below list, we'd have something to talk about, but you know, yeah. So this is another one of the team listings. I think at some price point, let's look this up real quick. I think at some price point, they're like, yeah, we ain't going that high. I thought with Divvy it was 475, but obviously this one's 540, and here we are, right? So let's do it. Maybe it's going to be $10,000 a month coming soon. Oh, okay. So there you go. See, they're not buying it at a price range, but they said coming soon. Wow, cool. I don't think Home Partners goes that high either, but let's check it out. Nope, they're just like, nope, not even coming soon. Forget it. Okay, so like, again, if I were you, Tom, I want to do some self-gen, right? This is what I'd be doing. Right? Anybody who has these listings, and you know, pick and choose the photos, right? Like that's not a great front photo. So if they have a different front shot, that's probably what I would want the first photo to be. Even that's kind of better than the driveway shot. And that looks like a clubhouse. I don't think that's in the backyard. Does it say community pool? Okay, cool. So I'd probably, I mean, you know, this just gets into the logistics of it, and I don't want to go too deep in this, but you know, I probably wouldn't pick this front photo, you know, because a lot of people just look at that and go, ugh, no, you know. There's some decent photos here, right? I did list this one on Bamboo. I thought this one looked okay. I didn't use all the photos. You know, this one's been on the market for a minute, 73 days. Okay, Green Mountain, this is another one of our listings. All right. So, again, check it, look at Divvy, look at Home Partners. Is either one buying that price range? All right. Any other questions about this?
Not right now.
Okay. For the most part, we really didn't talk about this either. If it's a condo ownership, neither one will buy. Okay. But if it's a townhome ownership, I don't actually know. Let's check. And again, it's not like you're making it up, but before you start like taking the photos and this and that and the other thing, like at least look. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So Divvy will buy townhome ownership, but neither one will buy condo ownership. Okay. All right. I figure I talked your ears off enough today. Thank you so much for being on this team training. Shane, looks like you got something to say. You're gonna sneeze. Which one?
Oh, neither. I'm just deep in thought.
Deep in thought. You're like, man, I'm gonna get my real estate license, join Jeremy's team. Let's do this. Get
Wait,
way more training.
Are we still recording?
Wait, hold please.